Hello everybody, it's Robert again. In this episode I'm going to go over the topic of Pokemon Hero Code Genning for Pokemon X and Y along with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. The method I'm talking about is using online sites such as PokeEdit.com, PK, and the program PK Hex. The program PK Hex is a program designed by Project Pokemon from last year. The program itself allows you to create Pokemon to your exact specifications, and anywhere from Bulbasaur all the way up to Volcanon, with i.e. numbers 001 all the way up to number 721, and every Pokemon in between. On on the program, you can create both legal Pokemon that can be used online and for trading, battling, and etc., or you can make hacked Pokemon, but I wouldn't recommend doing that because with hacked Pokemon that are extremely past like what can normally be like found in like the normal game, you can actually corrupt the game itself and cause you lose everything, your items, your progress, everything in the game, and you have to do a factory reset on it. Technically, the method can cause corruption anyway, but if you do it correctly, it will not cause corruption. Well, it still might cause it, but there's a 0.01% chance of it actually happening. Me personally, I have made around 250 Pokemon with this method, and I never had a problem. All my commentators have used this method and no problems, and many of the friends I also have in the Pokemon community have done this method and haven't had any problems because again they follow the instructions to an exact T. The method itself isn't really all that hard to do. But before I go any further, you can only do this method if you have if the system update on your Nintendo DS or on Nintendo DS, 3DS XL, or the 2DS is at 9-2 or lower. If it's above that, or if it's the new Nintendo 3DS XL, it will not work. And now on to how to do it. You can you can either go to you can go to Google and type in PK Hex and look for a URL that says Project Pokemon. You can download it from there. Or there is a site that was developed a couple months ago by some of my friends in the Pokemon community that has an online generator on it and also has built-in QR codes in it. That site I will put in the description when the video is done. It the best way to do it is the best way to make Pokemon is to set it to Gen 6 itself. Because you try to make a Pokemon from like Gen 5 or 3, like with the ID on it, it's less likely to work. So best thing to do again is to make it a Gen 6 Pokemon born in either the Hoenn remake of ORAS or in Kalos. Um, to always to make legendaries is extremely more difficult, so I wouldn't recommend going into that if you have like a lot of experience doing it. Best ones to do is non-legendary Pokemon that can be hatched from eggs, like the starters and any Pokemon that isn't legendary, basically. And to do that, you should set the hatch location at some place that is built in the game, whether you choose O or AS or X and Y. For me, when I do O or AS genning, I put it as found a daycare center, and then that day's date, and then I put the hash location as the battle resort. That's way it's a real location. But wherever you set it, make sure you progress enough in that game to unlock that location. Because even if it's on like Route 10 or something, if you didn't progress that far in the game, it won't register as legal at all. You have to make sure that you progress that far in the game to begin with before you start genning for that location. Um, the method itself, again, all you need for the thing to gen is your game, um, a system update on that's 9-2 or earlier, and for both your cameras on your 3DS XL or your 2DS to be working correctly. To do it right, you open the game, make sure there's no Pokemon in box 1, slot 1. Then you minimize it, do not close it. Go into your internet browser, clear your cookies and your history, which can be found in the settings. Then you get out of that, hit the L and R buttons, hit hit the QR code button in it, and then once you have the QR code made, you scan it, wait for it to register, then it'll go to the browser itself, wait for it to crash, and go back to the game. If the browser crashes, that's what it's meant to do. Hit OK, and then go back into the game. Check your PC, and the Pokemon will be right there. There's also QR codes on Pokeedit.com that can be used for cloning mass boxes or only one or two Pokemon at a time. The site Pokeedit.com is also good because it has pre-made events that you may have missed, like the new Shiny Arceus, that you may or may not have gotten from our last giveaway. The method itself is, unfortunately, Nintendo did squash it if you have one of the newer DSs. If it's on if it's not 9-3 or higher, you can't gen yet because Nintendo they squashed that. But if you're lucky enough to have a system that isn't updated, or if you find a system that, or if you have like two systems, reset one of them so it's on 9-2 or earlier, and you can still gen. And also for the Pokeball itself, you can set it as I would set it as a Pokeball itself, just so you know it's safe. But then you can have a power saver you may know, or if you want a group in Facebook that has power saving, you can have them change the ball in it to any ball, as long as it's from Gen 6. You can have them change to a Love Ball, a Heavy Ball, Sport Ball, Fastball, etc. Like the rare balls from Johto, like the Heart Gold Soul Silver remix itself, they can be done with power save for Gen 6. The whole method itself I will post in the comments below. Actually, in the description itself. And again, like, subscribe, share, and have a good night.